cannot believe the Miami Heat did it, man. I thought with them being down by 15 plus points in this game that the main topic of this video is about the Knicks, and we're going to still talk about the Knicks. I thought we were going to open up the show talking about the Knicks dominating the Cavaliers, but instead we just saw one of the biggest show jobs ever, and absolutely, I'm going to be hyperbolic today because I'm on edge. The Warriors just won their first world game of the series, so like everything is happening right now. And I'm filming this right after that game, and so if there's post-game interviews and rumors or whatever, just, no, I ain't seeing. I'm just out here. I'm out here reacting to the games that we saw today. I picked the Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship this year, and I'm not alone. They were the Vegas odds, fake Vegas favorites to win the 2023 NBA championship, and they just lost in the first round and 5-5. Now, we talked a video a few days ago talking about how injuries, of course, have played a big part in a lot of these series so far. Well, just went out early, and game number 1 is game number 2, and game number 3 came back, and it has not mattered. There's so much to talk about in this game alone, but I want to start off by giving the flowers and the love to Jimmy Butler to get Vincent DeBaum out of bio for getting this triple. W, even though he fouled out down the strikes into Coach Eric Spoelstra because he coached circles around Coach Bud. He made Coach Bud like a GV and high school coach. Why he's one of the greatest of all time. You know that, listen, a top 15 coach of all time, Spoelstra, is only there for a reason. And you saw that in this series, and you saw that specifically in Game 5, and now we got the next versus the Miami Heat in the second round. This is crazy, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to preview. Whatever, that's not what today's about, but I just cannot believe we just saw an 8 seed take out a 1. For the first time in a very long time, because we don't count the year that there rolls towards 8 seeds. So I just cannot believe everything that happened in this particular game. Another example where Coach Budenholzer was often simple, as I was trying to find another way to put it, as simple as that. We talked about that in Game 4, how the Miami Heat went on a 13-0 run in this game, and he never called a timeout or nothing. And of course, the Miami Heat went on to win that game. And this one, I can pinpoint time after time after time where Coach Bud did some ridiculously dumb thing. Example way using a challenge in the first quarter. I've never seen it. A time where a challenge in the first quarter was worth it. Number 2, the Miami Heat have a sideline out of bounds, and I can't say the only option is to throw the ball at the rim because there was a lot of different options. There was time left, but he yanked Brook Lopez out of the game. So there was no rip protection on the shot. Then Jimmy Ball had no business making it. But there's no rim protection at all in that shot. And then lastly, these are just the 3 of some type of man. I think if we re-watch that game, I can be like, oh, there's a moment up. There's a moment up. There's a moment. And lastly, not calling the timeout at all. And overtime when his team didn't know what to do at all. Giannis is scared to get fouled. That's something we got to talk about. He's scared to get fouled. He gives it up, and I think it was to Chris Middletop. Give it up to Grayson Allen. Your season is on the line, and Grayson Allen has the ball with 3 seconds to go. If I'm the coach, I'm running to half court if I have to call this timeout because no way they didn't get a shot up. Because Grayson, now it's not in his DNA to try to make this a Euro step with half of a second left on the clock. Like there's no way Coach Bud coaches game. Like that, bro. Also, I'm realizing that my life in this is going to be weird. I don't care. I'm already here. We already rambling. The offense in this series in general stuck, and they have court act. A lot of the times in this fourth quarter and overtime, not overtime, but in the fourth quarter, we got Giannis pull up mid-range jump shots, and it's like yuck. Honestly, it's like yuck. And if your coach posts for you, anybody on the Miami, hit you like we love that we want him to. Take that shot over and over and over again. This is one of the first times, at least on the time I'm out again. I'm just reacting where I felt like Giannis was afraid. I remember in the NBA Finals last year, he had a game, or maybe it was a finals of conference. Let me fact check. This where he struggled so mightily from the line that he went up to the podium and he said, I'm still going to do what I got to do and get to the free throw line and let the results be the results. I'm summing it up, but that's something I remember. And for 85 of the game, that was facts. He ended up shooting 23 free throws tonight, 23 free throws, so he 100. Wasn't afraid until it got down to those clutch ones, on the jump ball he almost turned it over because he saw two people comment at him so he wouldn't have to get fouled, and luckily, Chris Middleton saved the ball and ended up getting the Drew Holiday fans, and Drew Holiday missed the free throw. And then the last one is the last play of the game. Jimmy Butler, kind of cute, off the sad line, but it wasn't enough that would naturally prevent Giannis from doing what he could do. But since he cut it off with some contact, this is just me speculating. I don't know, but it felt like Giannis thought that maybe a whistle was going to come, and he will much rather give that ball of the Chris Middleton to do something instead of getting fouled to go to the free throw line. Now in this, when he shot 23 free throws and he missed 13 of them, he shot 43 from the line here. Makes half more of those, a couple more of those, they win this game undoubtedly. And again, he's never been a good free throw shooter. I mean, we had the games in the finals where he dropped the 50-piece and he was apart from the line where he turns to Steph Curry or Steve Kerr or Jose called him on from the free throw line, but that's not him. But even this is not him. Missing 13 free throws, shooting 43, that's what 25, I'm not 20. 5 points less than what he normally does. Like overall, if he was just looking at the stat line, 38, 20, and 3 like that stat line is. It's crazy, like it felt like he was giving it all on the line, and for the most part he was, but there was these moments where he's afraid to get fouled that kind of, in some cases, sway this game. To the other side, Giannis is the best player in the world. I've said that for a few years now. But I am 100% certain that after this game are being one of the few people to be a 1 seed and lose to 8 seed people are taking. They're going to take that title away. And I'm not going to say they wrong. And again, I would still say he's the best in the world. But if somebody said, no, he's not the best in the world anymore based on this, I can't say. They're wrong now. Again, he's dealing with the buttocks injury, the lower back injury, and all of that. And that that obviously played a major part in this series. In general, I can't say specifically this game, but the series in general, again, he missed 2 total games in this series. And then I might as well put it at 3 because he got injured so early in game number 1. And again, I don't know what the severity is, but maybe you know what. I'm not even going to say that because I can't live in a world of speculation. I got too many people watching these videos, but this is a historical lapse, even with Giannis missing the 2 games, because I mean, they showed us all season long in the games that Giannis hasn't played, or whether it be this year or last year, whatever, this is the same core that they can pretty much get it done. I'm not saying that I would pick them to win a championship if Giannis is not there, but in a series like this where it is the Miami, let's be real, the Miami Heat played a great series, but the Miami Heat are very far away from a great team they just are. I mean, the fans are right high, and because they just pulled off something legendary, but until the playing or the win against the boys, the playing 98% of the Heat fans were done for. The season, right, like they watched them in 82 games and came to the realization, oh, this is a lost year. You just lost to that team in a 7-game series, and it didn't even come close to being that. 7, it was a straight off eye. I don't see how Coach Buck hits his job. I had already heard some people kind of calling for him because even basically saying that he had been carried by it. The postseason run that ended up in a championship, and again, being a championship coach is something that only few people in the world can say so. It's not like I can't say he's the worst coach of all time because he was the coach on the team that won a championship, and yes, Giants got 50.